Sweet. Looks like we are good to go. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of the NarikChase channel. I'm your boy NarikChase, and in this video, we're going to do series finale review of Netflix's live action Resident Evil series episode 8 Revelations. Now, if you hadn't seen any of the episode reviews, go ahead, check them out in the TV show review playlist. I have the first 7 episodes on there. This is the 8th one, and then, of course, prepare for the overall series review in another video. But having said that, be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what we got going on this channel. Now, my voice sounds a slightly bit different. My movements aren't as just animated as you. I just woke up probably like 10-15 minutes ago. And since I'm an older cat, it takes me a little bit longer to recover from sleep. So I got the aches and pains and everything. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into what I consider a dumpster fire. Anyway, so the episode starts off with a flashback with Jade and Amarita discussing an experiment Jade has come up with I can't tell if it's reanimation or mind control, because she ends up putting these electrodes to this lizard that I guess is dead or maybe asleep, and she shocks it awake, and then it acts like it wants to attack Amrita, apparently. And Jade's like, okay, we should try this, but go a bit bigger. Now, I don't understand what the fuck happened at that moment. They didn't show us a series of tests. They didn't show us how they came up with the concept of it. They didn't show us any of the procedures that went into this. So I don't know what the hell happened on there, but okay, fine. So we go back into the past, right? And in the past, Rolf ends up taking the girls back to the house to grab their stuff. Now, I wrote a point of why. They've got Wesker. Umbrella has Wesker. Umbrella has the girls. Umbrella has not showed their hand to this family. And everybody in the family knows that Umbrella is somewhat of a threat at this point. Having said that, why did Umbrella risk any kind of BS by bringing them home so they could pack up their own things? I mean, if they're going to do that, it should have been either one or two ways. One, have agents go to the house and get all of the shit. Makes more sense. Or two, why is Rolf there by himself? Why isn't there like 3 or 4 Umbrella black Jeeps or whatever parked around the house to make sure that the girls get in there and get out what they're supposed to? But no, Brock was there by himself. But there is a good scene that I liked in this. What is it? What is the point where Jade is like, I scream, and everybody know that we're not supposed to, that you have us kidnapped. And Rolf was like, go ahead. And Jade looks so freaking stupid. Because she's seen that this man, that there at least somebody ain't rolling over for her. Because I think, in fact, she made that threat like once or twice before in the previous episodes, and the main characters were like, okay, and they rolled over. But I like Rolf. Rolf actually is probably, he isn't particularly written well, but a lot of the scenes that I've seen him in, he seems very competent. And honestly, I thought he was Wesker's boss, but then it kind of shifts to where he's like the head of security. But then it seems like he's Wesker's boss. So I'm not sure what this guy's actual profession is. I had to look that up or something. But I actually like Rolf in this scene, and I mean, I thought he did subdue Bert rather easily. Which, if y'all didn't know, that scene was actually made because the white men characters were the ones that got killed or Bert beat the shit out of them, which, ironically enough, all 3 of the guys were white. I noticed that. But okay, so he calls her bluff. Scene switches over to Evelyn, who's talking to Bert, and she's talking about how the girls are eating ice cream, and she's basically talking Bert out of freaking out and basically Lambert manipulating his character. I thought she did manipulate his character for like 17 years. Now there was something that I did notice and didn't really talk about the last time. Well, I didn't really notice, but I wanted to go ahead and talk about that now. There's a part where there's a point where in the previous episode they show the different Weskers and everything, and then Evelyn pops up. Now that is established in like 2005 in the show. Next thing you know, in the future, Evelyn is shown to be in the future as well, which takes place 14 years from the present day story. And then Evelyn shows up at the Wesker scheme scene 14 years in the past. So in the present past, where Jade and Billy are kids, she's there too. So that's like 30 years. And Evelyn looks the exact same in the 2005 story all the way up to the moment you see her in the future. She looks exactly the same. Even practically has the same hairdo. Um, that's something for the writers out there. They might have should have paid a little bit more attention to that. It's kind of like when you watch anime, and in anime has an exceptionally bad habit of if a character is a kid, they look exactly the same as when they're adults. You see it in like Naruto. Everybody that's pretty much a kid, they look exactly the same when they're adults. Exactly. Hairdo, hair design. It's not like okay, you go in. The kids might have longer hair, and then when they're older, them as adults have shorter hair. It's like literally the same. If there's highlights, they're literally the same. If they had like markings on their face, it's literally the same. So I was like, or either that or Evelyn is immortal or something like that. She got an extended lifespan. But let's get back to it. So, despite many of the complaints that I'm going to say, I like Evelyn a bit more than most of the Resident Evil villains because again, she's very charismatic. I like her character because she's charismatic. That she does talk. That she does try to get into a person's. Hey, I do like this. I do like that she has a strong focus on family. Yes, she does a lot of fucked up things in the series, particularly to the family too. But I like her character because she's more interesting. Yes, she has the same bullshit ass motivation as most of the other villains from the series, but I actually like the character because I think the character, again, she's interesting. She's charismatic. You know what I'm saying? So she's probably one of the few things I actually do like about the series. Yes, there's some things I don't like about her. The focus of her being gay. Not that she's gay. That's the problem. Is the fact they keep throwing it in your face. Like, okay, she's gay. I don't want to hear shit about that. I don't care. And particularly since the wife really is an interesting character. But going back to Jade and Billy, they're in the house. They're having a conversation, and I like the difference between these two characters because, and it's obvious. And throughout the whole series, they make these characters, these two girls, like just complete opposites, just to be complete opposites for some reason. It's like they can't handle a situation in a similar ways. In this one, Billy's like all just freaking the fuck out, which is pretty much what she do from the moment they get there. She's just always freaking out, always breaking down, always whining, always crying, always dragging ass. Literally one of the most pathetic characters I've ever seen. Just pathetic upon being pathetic upon being pathetic. And there is some things about her character that will make you empathetic to her. But she's just such a pathetic character, you just don't care anymore. Um, but then I do kind of like the way Jade is handling the situation. She's she's mad, she's frustrated, she's breaking down as well, but it's not just like over the top as Billy. It's more like she's trying to learn. She's trying to manage it while Billy's just fucking crying just 24/7. So I do like them. I do, as much as I hate Jade character, I do like this moment because it does feel a bit more realistic or how a character like her would probably feel in a situation like this. But I just generally I just like how she's handling it because, like I said, it does feel somewhat realistic. I guess Billy's does to some extent, but she's been fucking whining the whole damn time. Who cares? But anyways, so I do like. There's this one scene where, oh, this is a bullshit ass scene. Jade, Billy decided they're gonna run away. They're gonna go get the bag that Wesker has. Jade decides, okay, Billy, go get the bag. I'll distract Rolf. That she's talking to Rolf about taking in the dog and getting what the dog needs, the food and everything. And Rolf's like, I don't like. Why is this even being entertained at this moment? So the dog snaps at Rolf, who attempts to, I guess, touch it, and she's like, Jade is like, what did she? Let me. What I wrote? She's like, she says he doesn't like assholes, and I'm like, but you're holding him. You've been an asshole this entire fucking season, and you got the nerve to say the dog don't like assholes. It snaps at Rolf. Rolf has better characteristics than you, Jay. You show yourself to just be complete dick from off the bat. And I'm like, if that is the case, why are you alive? Why the dog ain't ripped your shit out? So I didn't like that. But what I did like again is they try to leave. They sneak out the window, get get to running. Rolf is right there. Again, I like Rolf because he does show some competency when it comes to at least the mayor characters. He's probably the only one that shows some level of competency. And I do like this moment too where they're running and then he just like stop and his voice is so resonating and so powerful. Billy literally like freezes. So there's a bit of a scuffle. And of course, I like again, he practically beats the girls down easily and so basically subdues the girls easily. And I love that. Because one male character that these two girls aren't just sitting here just running over, and this super strength that Billy all of a sudden fucking has doesn't do shit. So I really enjoy this. Both of them took ass whooping, but Jade does manage to escape. And I have to point out too, the Umbrella guards are just fucking dumb. She is literally running away, and they just stand there next to Rolf, and it takes Rolf telling them to go pursue this girl and not them just automatically running after her. So I was like, that's fucking dumb. And the fact that they didn't catch her was even bullshit too. But okay. So back to the future. This army of zombies that's coming out of fucking nowhere is closing in. Now, I don't like this, but I kind of do like this. It's stupid, but I enjoy it. And maybe it's because I like shit like this, but hey. So Billy takes the drones out because it was three drones flying everywhere. And I think in the previous episode, I was like, why is the fucking drones flying when all of these zombies are attacking and they're not shooting? Because we've seen that they have the capacity to kill people. Saw that a few episodes ago. And you can clearly see the fucking guns on the drones as they're flying around. So, oh, and another thing, why the fuck the drones didn't pick up the zombies before the people did? But okay, fine. So, the drones are flying around. Billy takes out an iPad thing that she has, and she starts like doing like this. And the drones just fucking just go to attention and get to attacking everything. They get to wiping out the zombies. They get to killing Umbrella people as well. And it's kind of like the way it's shot, where they had this stupid song playing, and there's this shot of like it looks like the drones are shooting all of these zombies that's like surrounding in like this circular. They're like it's hard to explain. It's like they're shooting the zombies, they're shooting the Umbrella agents too, which is why I wouldn't work for Umbrella because they'll fuck you over just as easily as they would civilians. But okay. And even though the Umbrella people are seeing the shit, they're not really reacting to it, which I thought was weird too. But they're shooting around Billy, forming this like big circle around. It's like if anything gets within that circle, they're getting shot. But they're shooting everything around anyway, and it was kind of cool. I liked it. I did like that scene. I did. It was fucking dumb, but I liked it. I thought it was kind of cool how, and maybe because I think the woman is absolutely attractive with all of that leather on, because leather is my thing, and she looks really good wearing it. But it was stupid, but I thought it was alright. There's a scene where the people on the ship decide to take off. They're taking off. They're taking off. I could have sworn that ship was like in the middle of the water and that they took a boat to get to the dock. I thought that was what happened. But apparently I might be wrong because Jade runs across a dock and the dock, she does this slow motion jump, catches the rope and gets on it. And I was like, I could have sworn that this was in the middle of the water. In fact, it couldn't have been by the dock because the little girl. Okay. And then they go with Jade's plan, no delegation whatsoever. They go with Jade's plan to release the alligator. I don't understand why they made the decision to release this giant fucking alligator because most of the Umbrella agents was fucking wiped out by the zombies. So what is the fucking point of releasing the alligator? Now again, I don't understand if this goes also to the experiment, goes back to the experiment Jade ended up doing earlier. I don't know if again they re they I don't know brought this damn mutated alligator back to life or is it mind control? It can't and it doesn't seem like it's mind control because the fucking thing attacks them later on. And I'm like, okay, you got your thing is the giant alligator you've been dragging around is like your contingency plan. But I'm like, if it's actually doing what an alligator does, how do you know it's not going to attack you? Which it ultimately ends up doing. So what was the fucking point of the whole alligator thing? How they know that they didn't release this fucking alligator thing would have just swam off. But anyway, it's fine. Okay, so they released the fucking alligator. Going back to the past, Billy is taken into Evelyn. She seems a bit taken with Evelyn. Again, Evelyn is seen to be shown to be more charismatic of a character. Uh, but I'm not gonna lie, it's not saying much because most of the characters are fucking idiots and fucking trash characters. So it's kind of easy to for them to be really impressed. But again, I like Evelyn because she's like that. She's not just ultimately just threatening people. She's actually manipulating them, trying to get them to her side, trying to get under their skin, trying to get them to do what she wants. And she does it at varying levels, which I do like. So Jade ends up going to Simon to get help. They realize that the mom is acting weird, and uh, ultimately Jade and Simon actually calls his mom Evelyn, have a discussion, and he finds out that she's been making the wife take joy. And I'm on the fence about this. It makes the wife more compliant. It makes Evelyn seems more like a bitch and everything. But I'm also thinking, okay, in one of this previous episodes, you see her crush up the joy, put it in, um, put it in wine, give it to the wife. Simon comes upon it, ends up taking the pills or whatever. And again, I'm still trying to figure out if your mom has pills, why are you fucking with the pills? What motivated you to like? My wife has pills, and she has them on the counter. And I walk by and see she got a thing of pills. I'm not gonna sit there and open it up, take some, and take some. Like, what was the fucking point? I still don't understand why he even picked it up and even, like if he was curious to see what it was, fine. But why would he do this investigation with it? He had no reason to do it. It was fucking dumb scene. But okay. So he ends up finding out through Evelyn that he's been drugging the other mom. Apparently, the other mom decided that she was going to leave her Simon and break up their family. Evelyn, being a bit more selfish, even though she does love her family, decides no, you're not going to do that. Puts the wife on, which I think is kind of a weird thing because if she drugged her the first time, fine. But so you telling me this whole time Evelyn's been drugging her instead of, because joy is supposed to open you up to suggestion. Why not be like, hey, sweetheart, you should take your medicine and give her some joy, not crush the joy up, put it in wine, and give it to her. That kind of defeats the purpose of what joy is supposed to do. It makes you happy and stuff, make you feel good, but it also opens you up to suggestion, which is what's happening with the wife. So why isn't Evelyn telling the wife to take the joy? Why is she sneaking it in her? But the whole fact that so future Billy finishes fucking killing everybody. And honestly, somebody else pointed it out, but I have to agree with them. But I spinning out, she's doing this fucking tablet, and the drones are kind of, shooting everything or whatever. I still think it's fucking dumb that he was killing the umbrella people too. And you would think when these drones got to shooting the fucking zombies, the umbrella people would kind of, I don't know, move out the fucking way, rein in and to protect their boss under the cover fire of the drones. But anyway, she practically fucking kills everybody. The giant gator shows up. It looks okay. I've heard people say it's like the worst CGI. I was like, no, that's not the worst CGI. It looks okay. It looks okay. Especially the guy who's seen all these fucking went back to watch all these fucking alligator movies. It looked alright. It looked alright. But again, I have to ask the damn question. Why was it fucking released? Especially with the whole fucking army of zombies that showed up. Why did it swim over there instead of swimming off? And why did it go to attack Billy? Because you see it approach her specifically. Because if it's being controlled, mind controlled or whatever, then what was the fucking point of the zombies? You could have just released the damn alligator. And if it is being controlled, why didn't they show how they were controlling it? I ain't got no words for it, but okay, fine. So while that goes off, we go to this stupid scene where Jade and Akbar are sitting here talking because she's made it back to the ship, and she's a lovely woman. The actress, she looks good. She's a beautiful woman, and that's about it. The character's still fucking trash. And this whole entire time, all of this stuff been going on. Nobody's thought about the daughter. Akbar is so enthralled with his woman, he's overlooked the daughter. Hadn't even thought about that little girl. And as you know, they're like, oh my gosh, they go look for her. Jade realizes that the daughter is as stupid as she. Because, again, Jade told the daughter, when shit go left, y'all leave. If your dad don't want to leave, you just leave. The daughter doesn't even talk to the fucking father. It would make more sense if you had the conversation at least of, "Hey, Dad, we should leave," and he's like, "No, we're gonna stay," and then she may possibly might leave after that, because at least he would know that she possibly left because she was talking about it. But he doesn't know any of that shit at all because the girl never even brought it up to him. She just fucking left. After the conversation with the mom, she didn't even fucking wait for some shit to go left. She just fucking left. I was like, wow, the girl, not the actress. This little girl just as fucking stupid as her mom. And then, so she takes the boat, and it's not like the little girl took the boat like a little ways away, like downstream or upstream or up the land or down the land or down the coast. I mean, away from where everything that was going on. No, this little girl literally takes the boat right across the fucking water to where all the action and shit is. Where all the zombies, this horde of fucking zombies, this army of zombies. This little girl goes literally over there. The umbrella encampment and everything. The little girl goes right there. All of this bad shit. You know, the bad shit that the mom has said, if anything goes left, that the place where the shit went fucking left, that's where the girl went. She went right to it. Where it went left, she went right to. So I'm like, gosh, man. And then the little girl, as much as I hate Jade, the Jade got more personality than this little girl. Bless her heart. The little actress, bless her little heart. But I don't like her character. I don't like the character. Again, character is fucking stupid as mom is. But damn. And she's bland. So, back in the past, Simon and Jade break into Umbrella because there's no fucking security again. Is that easy for somebody to just, some kid to just break into this fucking company? There's no cameras, there's no security, there's no safety protocols, there's no securitorial protocols, if that's a fucking word. But this little piece of shit just breaks in. Again, this time through the fucking parking lot. I can at least give them that. They're breaking in through different ways constantly. They're doing all of this shit from different ways constantly. Okay, fine. So Billy's having this stupid ass fit. Everyone's trying to help him. Billy's having a fit, which is still kind of a dumb scene because I'm like, okay, this girl's infected. They know she's, I think they know she's infected at this point. So yeah, I know I yawn. Yeah, I know I yawn. Fuck it. Okay, gotta keep it going. Uh, but my thing was during the scene, she's being handled by one scientist in this like a room. It's not like she's in a laboratory or anything with a bunch of people around to make sure that the little girl doesn't fucking go crazy or something. She literally in laying in office with one doctor looking at overlooking her. So of course Billy has his fit. Obviously, because this dude is a dude, he can't take some little girl, even if she does have, I don't know, rage strength or whatever. So what happens? The girl ends up incapacitating him, ends up cutting Evelyn across the face, which I was fucking pissed off. I'm like, come on, this little girl might have a needle and she's walking at you, Evelyn, but you're a fucking grown woman. You tell me you cannot. And Evelyn's like, no, 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 and she's backing up. I'm like, who the fuck is scared of this little girl? All you gotta do is just grab a chair, knock her ass out. Is there a lamp or something around? Knock her ass out. Do the thing where you run to the door, she runs at you, trying to get through the door, and you hit her with the fucking door. That's literally a couple things that could have happened where Evelyn could have incapacitated this girl. So I was just fucking, but the girl ends up wounding Evelyn, which is what you see in the future when she's talking with Jade in the future. She has this like line in her face, and I was like, where the fuck she get this line in her face? She got Billy did like this to her with it. So I was like, okay, fine. So uh, Billy walks out of the room, starts having hallucinations again, convenient. Every time she has these stupid visions that just conveniently happen. But then Bert shows up and he helps her because Wesker used to tell her, hey, when some shit was going down, breathe, put your hands over your head. Bert ends up kind of reiterating that. He's decided, he asks, hey, and I like Bert in this scene. In fact, Lance does a fantastic job with the characters, with his acting, because he makes the characters feel so damn unique. And the Burt character definitely feels different than the Wesker character, than the Albert Wesker character, than the other Wesker that got shot. And Burt actually is one of the best characters. And I love the real shit he told this girl. She's like, "Good, my dad just complain about the dad. They try their best to make the father Wesker just this piece of shit." And honest and Bert said some real shit. He's like, don't be mad at this man. This man is doing the best that he can. At least take into consideration this motherfucker is dying and he's trying to survive while providing y'all with a really good life. He could have been worse. He could have been like the original Wesker, who was a complete fucking asshole, but he's not. He's going out his way to make sure that you girls are taken care of, that you're safe. Based off the fuck ups that y'all did continuously, consistently. But I do like the part where she's like, we should leave him. He's like, well, at the end of it, but he kind of throws a little humor at the end of it. He's like, but we can leave him if you want. So I thought that was in line with the character. I fucking like Bert. Bert and Roth are probably the only male characters in this entire series next to that actually just fucking just steal the show with some of their scenes. But anyway, so she decides to go back for him. Jay, Simon end up reuniting with Wesker. Billy, Bert end up reuniting with Jade, Simon, and Wesker. Everybody's cool again. Not cool, really cool again because it's still Jade and Billy still being complete bitches to Wesker. And I'm thinking to myself, how the fuck did they find each other? So everybody just fucking just ran into each other. There was no fucking security again. It just empty hallways for miles. It was so empty. The hallways were so empty. Yeah, yeah. I just made it up. So back into the future, Billy is running from the gator with one of these, with one, I guess another umbrella guard. They're so inconsistent with the guards. It, it seems like sometimes when like some shit's going down, monsters are attacking the guards. It's like 6 guards, and then next thing you know, it'd be like 20 guards, and you think all those 6 of those guards got killed, but then a bunch more show up. So you're like, how many fucking guards is? I actually thought that the guards all got wiped out between Billy and the zombies. I thought they all died, but apparently one of them made it. And then so Billy's got the drones attacking the gator. It's kind of decent, except the fucking drones do this stupid ass thing of flying too fucking close to the gator, which the gator ends up destroying them all. And I laughed my ass off because it hit one of the fucking drones. The drones hit the ground, blew up or whatever. One of the pieces of debris flew off like shrapnel. Billy ducked, and then the final umbrella fucking stabbed. I laughed my ass off at that scene. I was like, what are the fucking chances? Another damn train. I know what time it is. So yeah, I laughed my ass. So anyways, um, Billy ends up throwing a grenade. It hits the gator, sends the gator rolling back into the ocean. Jade and Akbar are on the boat, on a small boat. They head back to the mainland to try to find. Next, the alligator tail comes up smashes the fucking boat. Why the alligator just didn't eat the fuckers, I don't know. But the tail just slapped. Oh, there are three fucking helicopters, two or three helicopters over there, and they have weapons on them. So this alligator shows up, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, the drones are going to attack it, whatever umbrellas, soldiers are going to attack it, and these armed helicopters are going to attack it. Do you think that those helicopters even lifted a fucking finger? No. When the zombies attack, okay, you think the helicopters would start shooting some of the zombies. At least shoot the zombies that are incoming, so that way you can kill off the ones that are in the back, so that way they don't, the umbrella agents can take care of the ones in the front. No. So the one that does fly over the alligator, what does it do? When it rolled, because of the bomb that Billy threw, it rolled and its tail slapped the helicopter out of the air and into the ocean. Who the fuck wrote this? Why was the fucking helicopter that damn close? At that range, you're practically on the fucking ground. So that was just a bullshit ass way to get rid of one of the damn helicopters. These writers are fucking idiots. So Jade and Akbar are, Jade wakes up on, just go back. It goes back to the past. I'm sorry. Goes back to the past. The crew attempt to escape. They get pursued by umbrella troops. Um, Evelyn has this scar. She's, talking, and you can tell she's pissed off. And I looked at the scar and I realized the scar was not bleeding. I don't know if anybody else caught that, but I do like that she has this weird madness in her eyes. And I like characters that had the madness in their eyes, but they have like mascara and shit around their eyes, so it makes it look. And then it's like red, like a red hue, like the alarms are on. So it just makes her look more insane at this moment. And I kind of do like the look Roth gives her. She's like, that's a fucking respect. And he's just like, I do like that. I thought that was kind of fun. Billy is a dumbass again, and she freaks out and bites Simon. Don't care. And at this point, Billy's already got some unique properties in her blood. She's also got the T virus now because of the dog bite. So guess what? Billy's fucking infected. So, Evelyn ends up cornering him. Billy, and then they end up finding, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, mom, she bit me," and Evelyn shoots him in the fucking face. Do I care? No. In fact, I was so happy. I was like, kill off these fucking dumbass characters. These forgettable characters. These poorly written characters. So Jade's all crying and shit. And I'm like, Jade, you just been an asshole to this dude the last 2 days that you met this man. Because all of this shit happens like within a fuck. It seemed like it all happens in like 3 days. I wanted to say a week, but no, it seems like about 3 days at this point. And I'm like, you've been a total asshole to this dude the entire time you've been using him. It'd be different if y'all established a relationship over, a period of time, but y'all really had it. Really, he's all broken up and crying about this shit. The Weskers decided it's a good idea, kick ass, so they end up fucking the guards up. Um, and they escape. Back to the Future, this is where Jade's washed up on the beach. Why is she fucking live? I don't know. She should be dead at this point. Akbar, I'm sorry, his name is Arjun. Arjun is a couple of feet away. He's fucked up. His leg messed up. I don't understand how his leg got fucked up, but okay, fine. with the alligators bit him or something. So he's taken out the equation. But Billy, you can see Billy. She gets into a helicopter. She escapes, and the woman, like I said, that leather. She looks mighty fine in that leather. And don't get me wrong, Jade is a beautiful, fine-looking woman. But Billy on point with that leather. That woman is just. So B, so the alligator comes up to her, doesn't attack her. I think it sniffs her, and then it just sits and just chills. Kind of like when it's like it's become compliant to her for some reason, like it's guarding her now. But then Billy comes around with the helicopter. They blow the fuck out of this damn alligator. Now, why did this helicopter did not do this earlier? Because that could have potentially saved one umbrella soldier and 3 drones and another fucking helicopter. But yeah, they blow the fuck out this thing. And again, it's like, okay, be my. But then again, and somebody else pointed it out, and I have to agree. If she has this weird, she has to be genetically modified on some level because her mom Jade is. Now, whether Jade actually manipulated the genetics herself or they just inherited from Jade to be, we don't know. Probably won't never know because they're highly doubt to get a second season. It should. It doesn't deserve it. And so obviously with the way the alligator is reacting to it, there's something special about her blood. But that kind of begs one interesting question. If she has that special quality in her blood, why the fuck did that zombie try to attack her on the ship? Because if they're both T virus related and she has something that makes her somewhat immune to the T virus, why in the fuck would the zombie have attacked her? And if so, okay, you say zombies and monsters are two different, alligators are two different things. Okay, I get that, but because what the alligator can sense something that the zombie can't, is the bee, linked to the alligator in some kind of way that was never revealed or discussed? I don't know. I don't know, but the alligator gets his just due too. It's kind of fucked up because I didn't see the alligator eat nobody. I wanted to. So the mom and daughter are now reunited. They were literally like 20 feet from each other. B did all that traveling and running from the gator only for the mom to just wash up on shore and find her like 10 seconds later. But then there's this Billy just shows up out of fucking nowhere. Again, be different if you seeing her bomb the fucking alligator and then land the helicopter. But no, she just fucking shows up looking good in that leather, I might add, with more soldiers. I'm like, what the fuck is up with these soldiers? Are they the type of soldiers where like they recyclable, like they reincarnate? They're like the fucking Cybermen from. I don't know if anybody's seen the Doctor Who, the first season of the 12th Doctor or the 13th Doctor, where they combine Time Lords with Cybermen. So every time the Cybermen would fucking the Time Lord Cybermen things would die, the they would re, they would regenerate and they would regenerate and return, like come back to life and everything, reincarnate and everything. And I'm like, so what is the Umbrella Soldiers like that too? They'll die and then 5 minutes later come back to life. That's apparently what happens because these people just keep fucking coming out of nowhere. And then of course, more drama, more bullshit ass drama, shit that these two girls been talking about for like the last 14 years. Just the same old tired shit that's just been reiterated over and over, and it's so just stupid. Does nothing genuine about it except one thing, and I love the actresses in this moment. There's 1 second where uh, Billy calls out Jade. Fuck you, you're a piece of shit. It's the Jade shit show, the Jade show, whatever she said. She called Jade out on all of that shit. That yes, Billy watched my episodes because she called that bitch out too. Called her out. And all Billy could do, Jade could do, she couldn't make it. She couldn't make an excuse. She couldn't talk her way out of it. All she could do was fucking cry, and I like that. Call that girl out. More characters probably would have survived had they did that a long time ago. But I'm surprised Jay didn't threaten. She screamed. But I did like that. I did like that. I did like the performances between the two. I did like the girl, the chick Jade. Yeah, I am responsible for all this shit. You are responsible for all this shit. You and Billy are responsible for the end of the fucking world. But for all the people that have been dying since the what we saw in since episode 1 in the future with the apocalypse and all that, that's pretty much you, Jay. You damn near got the people on the ship fucking killed. And if it wasn't for you having that zombie juice, they probably would have. But anyway, so Jade is like, well, just take me, leave my daughter. And I don't understand that line of reasoning. I'll be like, well, if if Umbrella has won, you know they're not gonna let your daughter go. And make the request of, hey, at least can we stay together so I can be there for my daughter. I think she would say, can you at least separate us? But she was like, nah, just take me and not my daughter. Which Bill is like, bitch, I don't need you. Shoot her in the stomach. Pretty painful way to go. But and then this also had me like Jay still has like muted some some kind of genetic modification in her system that could be beneficial, even if bees is more seem to be more natural, more efficient as a result of her heritage. But you would still want Jade too. So I thought that was just fucking dumb, her shooting her. But okay. So anyways, back in the past, the family's running. They go to some laboratory. Wesker and Bert end up making a bomb, but somebody has to stay behind to set it off. Wesker decides to do it because and Bert's like, no, I do. He's like, no, you've been locked up for the last 17 years. You go ahead and live your life. Just protect these girls. He slips the girls, Jade, a piece of paper. They have a moment. Evelyn fucking shows up. Everybody escapes. And Wesker ultimately blows the building up, killing himself as well as a couple of security guards. Evelyn manages to get out of there in time. Okay, okay. So, of course, at this moment, Jade, going back to the future, Jade is shot, B's captured, but instead of Jade pretty much dying from a pretty fucked up, gunshot wound, she stands up, more determined than ever to bring down Umbrella and give Billy her just rewards. Unless she can get back to that ship uh, soon, she's not going anywhere. And even if she did get to the ship, she probably might not survive that gunshot wound. But hey, it's a Jade show. But they try to do this thing where at the end, Evelyn survives. There's paramedics and shit, first responders everywhere, and next the tyrant's hand breaks up out of the rubble, and that's the end of the episode. I don't fucking get this show. This show is so badly written. I'm sorry. Outside of one or two just stupid moments in it, I'm just gonna say this. This I'm going to rate a 1 out of 5. I think all of the shows are fucking bad. Some have some interesting moments. The alligator moment was just fucking wasted. In actuality, it didn't even fucking make any sense. Just too many things that don't add up. Why when the zombies attack, the drones didn't automatically go to fucking attack the zombies? Why the helicopters didn't go up in the air and start attacking the fucking zombies? If you want to see a fucking badass scene of helicopter killing zombies, watch World War Z during the Iraq scene where the helicopter actually flies down with the 50 cal and just gosh, people breaking into Umbrella. There's no the actresses that play Billy and Jade look fucking sexy. Ooh, sexy love. But B made the dumbass fucking decisions. And then there's a moment where Billy tells Jade that Wesker died calling her name or something like that, calling her name. But then in the past we saw Wesker died blowing the building up to sacrificing himself. Which is it? Is the Mandela effect? Everybody remembering shit wrong? That then the zombies attack. We don't see what the fuck happened to her. Maybe the drone shot her. But anyways, Resident Evil just. I'm glad this finale is over. Season 1's over. There does not need to be a season 2. There were some ideas that they dropped here that could have been really good if they'd done it right. But race swapping, that woke bullshit that affects fucking everything and degrades it, just ultimately, and straight up the bad writing. Because maybe a lot of the stupid stuff that they put in this series could have been fleshed out a bit better, but the bad writing. And then on top of this, this happens to be a main story. If this was more of a side story, maybe it could have worked out also a bit better. But this is just a bad 1 out of 5. That's I'm going to give it a 1 out of 5. Damn it. So, guys, in the comment section below, let me know what are your thoughts on the final episode of season 1 of Resident Evil. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you want to see a season 2? What is your favorite part in the entire series? And how could this fucking show been better? Because I'm definitely wanting to do a video on that. And I want you guys to stay, well, not stay, but I am going to review on it. I am going to do a couple things, maybe a top 10 best and worst moments and 10 ways this could have been better. I definitely want to do that. I wanted to fucking do that for Halo and I didn't get a chance to do that either. But anyways, be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what we got going on this channel. And we'll definitely catch you guys later.